and they have a good pay scale towards the end, like between 40 lakh, 50 lakhs. So I seriously got into this field by my third semester. Coding test. It had 2 Python questions and some MCQ questions about.
What do you think about that? Master's degree is necessary?
And I have published around 5 research papers there. Studying and understanding machine learning algorithm won't be a difficult part, but you may face challenges if you are not.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Learning Bridge. I hope you guys are doing good and staying safe. So I am back with another amazing and really inspiring podcast for all the aspiring data scientists. And continuously you guys were asking me to bring some data scientists from good product based companies, even including startups. So here is your requested podcast. Now it's your responsibility to like this video in big numbers. So in today's podcast, I will be having an amazing discussion with Priyansh, and his story is also very inspiring and it will motivate all aspiring data scientists because he just graduated in 2022, that too from the electrical engineering branch. And just because of his interest and dedication towards the data science, so far he has published 5 research papers and got the internship for the data science role in India's finest fintech company CRED, which is definitely very popular for its creative advertisements. And after completing his internship, he also got the full-time offer from CRED. So he is now working as a full-time data scientist there. So this is going to be really fruitful for all the aspiring data scientists, even including the freshers or who want to move into the data science part. He will share his entire experience, like to become a data scientist, what all things you need to cover as a fresher, the complete interview process of CRED to crack the data science role, the compensation part, complete and crisp roadmap, how can someone from non-tech background to move into the data science and can crack some of the good product based companies, and many more amazing conversation which can definitely help you and motivate you as well. So make sure to watch this podcast till the very end and also like this video in really big numbers so that it can reach to maximum number of folks. And also let me know in the comment section whether this podcast was helpful or not, and for the next podcast which company do you want me to cover for the data scientist role. And also I have checked my channel analytics and I have observed that maximum number of folks watch my videos but don't subscribe. So please don't do that, it motivates me. So make sure you hit the subscribe button right now and press the notification icon. I'm pretty sure you guys know about the Coding Ninjas platform. If not, then Coding Ninjas is India's largest coding educational platform which has taught more than 50,000 students so far. They are offering some amazing and extensive courses for the DSA, competitive programming, interview preparation, web development, analytics and data science, and Android development. Their content is actually prepared by the IITians and Stanford alumni. And the best thing is that instant one-to-one doubt resolution, and for each course like practical learnings with 100+ problems and 10+ projects in each course. Their students are actually placed in all type of top tech companies including FANG. They have launched a very new course that is in the data analytics, and very amazing for all those folks who are aspiring data professionals, want to move in profiles like the data engineering, data analyst, business analyst. All the companies including the FANG, all tech giants, they are hiring aggressively for all the data related job profiles. So this is the best time for you. So here you can see the listing of curriculum for the analyst role, like working with the MS Excel, MySQL, Python, Tableau, machine learning concept. So from here you can try out the things for free, and if it looks satisfactory then you can enroll. So once you will click on this try for free, you will be landed on this page. So this syllabus is definitely pretty good, starting from the analytics and working with the COVID data set in the Excel, different case studies, then the Python part, completing all its important concepts, and even the data analysis libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, and then moving to the Tableau part and the machine learning thing. So everything has been covered here for you and you can see your progress. 25% you will be getting using the link which is in the description for this data analytics course. Hurry up, avail this opportunity and enroll yourself in the data analytics course as soon as possible. Alright, so thank you so much Priyansh for joining my podcast, and I'm really happy again because this is the second time I am featuring a data scientist, because lots of folks on my channel were requesting like to bring some data scientists from the top startups as well. So definitely CRED is one of them, and here is the podcast. So Priyansh, it would be really great if you can introduce yourself and how about your academic backgrounds and any professional experience in the past.
Sure. So hello everybody, and I will start with a small introduction about myself. And I have just completed my 4 years of BTech as an electrical engineer from Delhi Technological University, and basically I specialize in data science, machine learning, deep learning in these fields. And for the past 1 year I have been working as a data science intern at CRED, and now I will be joining them as a full-time. CRED, as you all may know, is one of the fastest growing unicorn startup, and you may know it is popular for its marketing and advertisements.
Yep.
And before CRED I also did 2 more internships in the same field. They both were some small startups. And I have a great interest in this field, and before starting my internship I also had a little interest towards research projects and papers, and I did a few years as a research student at Big Data Analytics Lab at DTU.
Okay.
And working there, I've worked on multiple research projects, and I have published around 5 research papers there.
Like background is actually the electrical engineering. So how did you start with the data science and when did you explore it seriously? This is also one of the questions because coming from the non-CS background and moving into the something which is related to tech. So how did you take it seriously and move forward into it?
Yeah, so like basically I started learning data science and got to know more about this field by my second or third semester only. Like I started by second semester and I seriously got into this field by my third semester. I really generated an interest in working and developing machine learning models. And it was that time when I also started working on projects and my research works. And third semester was my time when I really went into my research works, and I also published my first 2 research papers. And I love programming in Python. So when I started college, I wanted to pursue something related to Python only, and I wanted to explore like what are the different fields and domain where Python is being used, what are its real life applications and everything. So my first year, basically first and second semester, I explored various fields like Python is used in web development because of its frameworks like Django and Flask. And then it is also used in game development, some audio and video applications. And finally, I got to know about this emerging field of data science and machine learning.
Okay.
So during my second, third semester, I explored all of these fields a little. And then I finally decided, let's go with data science. As I had a little interest in statistics, maths, I was good at it. And I decided like, let's see what about this machine learning and data science. And then I'll see like how will this go. So that was the time when I started with machine learning, and like I really got interest in how we build these predictive models, about how these machine learning models work, and they make predictions and we bring insights about them, and how from business point of view this is very important for many organizations.
And guys, you can let me know in the comment section that in your college time, if you are also exploring something which is a kind of domain which is really popular in the industry, or basically you are exploring any recent IT trends, right? So let me know in the comment section. So you started your career with CRED as a data science intern and now working with them as a full-time data scientist, right? So there are so many entry-level freshers who want to crack good product-based companies like CRED, that too for the data related roles, be it the data engineering, data scientist, and data science is something which is really popular among them. So can you share the complete interview process of CRED for the data science intern role? Like how many rounds were there in each round? What type of questions did they ask? Because this is something which will help them to give the broader picture of the interviews for the intern role, that too in the data science or something.
So like CRED and other product-based companies, they overall have a similar kind of view while they hire a data scientist. Though the role of a data scientist, it can vary majorly among these companies, and they will test their skill based on that. Like there are multiple product-based companies and the kind of work they are doing, the kind of business they are into. So based on that, the work of a data scientist, the kind of projects they will work on, it will totally differ. But like there are many common things that everyone will look while they're hiring a data scientist, and one of this is proficiency in Python, and proficiency in Python, SQL, and then there are some libraries such as Pandas, NumPy, working knowledge of these libraries. So these are one of the main things that everyone will look at. And apart from these programming skills, other thing that every recruiter will look while hiring a data scientist will be your theoretical and practical knowledge about implementation of various basic machine learning algorithms, the maths and statistics behind them. Like you need to know how that model is working, why that model is working on this particular data set, what was the intuition behind building that model. So that is the main part that everyone will look during an interview. And apart from these model building things, then there are topics such as data processing, feature extraction, some bias variant trade-off, overfitting, and some important basic statistical and probability concepts. These are also some important topics that a recruiter will see while interviewing for this data science role. And one more thing, like people think that doing deep learning will get them through the interview, or like deep learning is not very important part, but it's good to have that knowledge. Mainly, they will, for a fresher role, they will basically check your basic understanding of these machine learning models and your Python skills. So for CRED also, these were the things that they mainly checked. And firstly, there was a screening round where they gave me a coding test. It had two Python questions and some MCQ questions about machine learning models. And then there were 2 rounds of interview, both were 1 hour long. And in both the rounds, they basically focused on the basic implementation of some machine learning models. And we also discussed about my projects and my earlier research work that I did in college. Some of the product-based companies, they also have a business case study round after these 2-3 interview rounds. And in business case study round, it is basically just an open-ended problem that the interviewer will give you, and you have to solve it as a data scientist, like what kind of data you will take, what kind of processing will be done on it, and everything. So it will be an open-ended problem, and some product-based companies also keep those around. So CRED was also very similar on these grounds, and that was all about the interview.
Thanks, Priyansh, for sharing that one. And I would request you all as well, if someone who is watching the video and you also appeared in any of the company recently for the data science role, make sure to share your experience in the comment section so that other people can like see different perspective and the different interview processes from different companies. So that would be really helpful. Make sure to put it in the comments. So moving on to the next question, Priyansh, like since you created your own path to data science and that too coming from the non-CS background, so what kind of step-by-step roadmap did you follow? Also, it would be really great if you can help the audience with few good resources which you also followed during your time.
Yeah, sure. So for roadmap, I would like to say that basically I had a little background in Python. So initially I just started with Python, some problem solving in it, knowing about its basic data structures and problem solving. And then I went into studying machine learning, studying data science and statistics and basic concepts of probability. And I would suggest the similar thing to everyone, like programming is an essential part of data science. And before jumping into directly building and studying machine learning models, you should have a good hand over Python, like problem solving, its basic data structures. And if you are clear on these things, then you should move forward to machine learning and data science. And like studying and understanding machine learning algorithm won't be a difficult part, but you may face challenges if you are not clear with programming. As I think that building or training a machine learning model is just one part of a whole data science project. And like there are many things before it, there are many things after it which will require a good command over programming. So I think like Python is necessary to go into this field, and you should have a good hand over it. And if we talk about resources that I also used while studying, there were some good courses on Udemy and Coursera. And on Udemy, like there is an instructor called 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, and he has some good courses on machine learning and data science. I also studied from them. And in Coursera, we have 2 to 3 different specialization. One machine learning specialization is there by IBM, which is a good course. And for deep learning, there is one best course that I would suggest you. It is by Andrew Ng, deeplearning.ai. You must have heard of it. It is one of the best courses to start with deep learning. It will clear your concepts about deep learning and everything. And apart from these courses and these Coursera and Udemy websites, there are some other websites which you can also refer to, like Analytics Vidya, Towards Data Science, 365 Data Science. All these websites have good articles over machine learning, and like in between courses, and like when you have some doubts or like when you are stuck at something. So these are some websites that I also refer to by while studying something, or like there are some little concepts that you don't know, and you every time you can't go and see a course. So like these are some good websites for Python. I think LeetCode and Geeks for Geeks are some good websites for problem solving skills, for improving your problem solving skills. And then there are some other channels on YouTube also from where you can learn Python. So Python is resources of Python are like very much available on internet, and you can go and refer to them.
Awesome. So very detailed roadmap, must say, and those resources will be definitely helpful for the audience. So again, guys, let me know in the comment section if you know about these concepts or not, if you are aspiring data scientist. So let me know how many things you have already covered at your experience level, right? If someone is cracking the companies like the CRED, which are definitely in the startup zone, and that too in the product base, right? And most demanding domain like a fintech. So how much salary as an entry level data scientist someone can expect from these kind of good product based companies?
Sure. If I give you an overall idea of a data scientist and how much salary it can get, so like a salary of data scientist can largely vary between 10 lakh to 50 lakhs, and it totally depends upon the kind of work you are into, kind of projects you are doing, and what kind of company you are into. And like your role can be of a data analyst, data engineer, data scientist, ML engineer, or business analyst. And for roles specific to data science, also your salary can vary in the same range. And like these salaries are totally dependent on the work you will be doing, kind of problems you are dealing with, and like how important is the role of data scientist is to that company's business. If like that company's business is totally dependent or like too much dependent on the work of a data scientist, then it's obvious that they will be paying a good amount to you. And companies like Amazon, Flipkart, Walmart, Swiggy, PhonePe, all of these are very good companies and they have a good pay scale towards the end, like between 40 lakh, 50 lakhs. So, like people are paying good to data scientists and you can expect a salary in the similar range. These companies and also like in freshers also like there are companies that are paying like over 25 to 30 lakhs. So like it totally depends on the kind of company you are going into or the role you are having.
Amazing stat, I would say. Lots of folks would be really happy to hear this. One of the concern from the freshers, like I have seen also lots of freshers complaining that companies don't hire them, or you can say fresher who are looking for the data science domain, right? They always look for the experienced candidate in the big data field, data science. So I just want to ask, do you think, is it true based on your experience, or like what was thing which worked out for you and help you to crack data science role as a fresher?
Yeah, like it is a little true that many companies in the field of data science, they prefer only experienced candidates or like the students having some master's degree in the same
Okay.
field. But like I would say that still there are many startups and not even startups, like big product based as well as service based companies also that are now hiring graduate freshers for full time as well as internship roles in data science. So like there still are companies that will hire freshers, and like the best way that I also think is to make good LinkedIn profile and try connecting with people there. I also did the same thing, like build a good LinkedIn profile, and like I used to always daily send a request to senior data scientists or engineering manager people at various product based companies and ask them if they are hiring freshers and if they have some open roles for freshers in the field of data science. So you can send them connection requests to these people or talent acquisition people on LinkedIn and ask them for the openings that they can refer you to. So this was one of the things that helped me to crack the various internships that I have done, and in similar way I cracked CRED also. Connected with one of the senior data scientists there who helped me to who referred me to this, and they were hiring freshers. So I would suggest you all to do the same thing and to build a good LinkedIn profile, to build a good portfolio in the field of data science. One thing that you can do is do a lot of projects. Like you can refer to websites like Kaggle, and if you are a little interested in research side, then you can also work on that side. And having a research background always helps you in the field of machine learning and data science.
Since you also agree with that point, so it seems like this is true. I hope this thing will change in coming time, and the companies will consider the entry level freshers or the just college grads for the data science role. And meanwhile, if anyone who faced this thing, let's say you were the aspiring data scientist and didn't get a chance in the good product based companies for the fresher role, mention it in the comment section. I would definitely like to hear your story. So next question, Priyansh, that is again one of the often asked question, like, is pro level coding required for the data scientist role? Pro level, I mean the typical DSA related things, whether they are required to crack the data science role or not. Second part is that how about the mathematics, and how important is it for anyone to become a good data scientist?
Yeah, like this is a question that many of my friends and like juniors also ask about programming. So no, like not pro level coding is required when you want to get into data science, but yes, you should have a good command over your Python skills. Basic data structures and algorithms are good because, like as I just said, like only building machine learning models is not only thing that you will do as a data scientist. There are many things before it, and like there are things like deploying it, dealing with the data, processing of data, and scrapping of data. So like there are many parts that will require a good programming task. So you should have a good hand over it, but not like a pro level that your software developers look like, not pro level coding. And for maths, yes, there are some topics that you should have a very clear understanding when you are going deep into the working of models, deep learning or machine learning. And the topics like linear algebra, matrix multiplication, probability, topics like descriptive and inferential statistics. So these are very important when you get into data science. And like not completely, but a basic understanding of all these maths topics should be there. Having knowledge of these will help you better understand the working and the maths behind the machine learning algorithms that you are studying, and it will only give you a clear intuition of why they are working with this kind of data and what kind of data should we need so that the model that we are building should give a good accuracy to it. Unless like during interview also, the person will directly check your knowledge about these subjects, and they can directly ask a question to you about Bayesian probability, hypothesis testing, or some other statistics concepts. So maths is a little important, but pro level coding, I don't think.
Cool. Again, lots of folks will be really happy
Yes.
after hearing this one. No, pro level coding is not required. So if you're also expecting this kind of answer, make sure to like this video in big numbers, because I made you happy for this one. So moving on to the last question of this podcast, and that would be the wrap of our session. So that is, like, many of us think that data scientist is a kind of profile where master's degree is necessary. I would definitely love to hear from you, Priyansh. What do you think about that? Master's degree is necessary. Even having a bachelor's degree, someone can crack the data science role.
Yeah, like I totally agree with the point you made, and like yes, it is true that master's degree is not actually necessary to get into data science, and a bachelor can get into these roles, and like they are getting into these roles. Like some of my friends and like me too, we don't have master's degree, and like everyone is going into this field. So like obviously having a master is a good for your career growth and everything. But if you want to get into this field, master's is not actually necessary. It will give you an edge over others. Yes, obviously. But no, like as a bachelor also you can get into this field. If not actually data science, then most companies prefer to take you as a data analyst or a business analyst, and then over a period of 6 months or a 1 year, depending on the company, they will promote you to the position of data scientist. So like masters is not totally necessary to get into this field.
I hope many of you would have got the really clear idea about the data science domain, that too from a non-tech guy, like from a non-tech background, and started his career as a complete fresher, that too like an intern for the data science role. So his experience will definitely matter a lot, and we can definitely learn a lot from his experience, that whether yes, coding part is not that much required, and even the master's degree kind of myth, everything has clear to you. If yes, then again make sure to like this video in big numbers. And from my side, from the entire audience side, thank you so much, Priyansh, for coming here and sharing this wonderful experience.
So it was great with this, and like in the end, I would just like to say that this field is very interesting and growing, and every industry obviously has a massive requirement of data, and as like we are moving forward, there is more and more data, so there will be a need of data scientists in every company. And like if you are thinking to shift to data science, it can be a good switch for you. Having a learning perspective and patience, this field is good for many students.
So that's what I had for you guys in this podcast. I'm pretty sure you would have enjoyed this entire conversation with Priyansh, and his experience will definitely be really helpful for all aspiring data scientists. If you find it informative, make sure to like it in the very big numbers for the better reach, and also share your thoughts, your opinions regarding the data science preparation and everything in the comment section. And if you are watching any of my videos for the very first time, make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the notification icon. And I will see you guys in the next weekend with another amazing podcast. Till then, just stay safe, stay home, take care of yourself and your family too.